Good morning. Today we're going to be taking some notes. You can find them again on the Google Classroom underneath the Classwork tab, Unit 1, Notes 9-8. When you open them up, again you'll see the link for this video here and your Google Slides that you will take notes on. You can open up that slides presentation and you will see again we have red text box for you to fill in. As we go, you will need to look for the big, bold, blue words to fill in these text boxes. In order to fill in the text box, you will click the text box and then type in whatever word fits in that box. Again, you are looking for the big, bold, blue words to fill in these boxes. Feel free to pause or rewatch any part of the video if you miss any of the words. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. Continuing our discussion with maps, we're going to look at what exactly maps can tell us and the different purposes of maps today. We'll start with the 5 components of maps that we reviewed last week with your bell ringer. A title is the heading of a map. It will tell you what the map is showing you and show you the subject of the map. The compass rose, this is the part of the map that explains the cardinal directions. There are 4 cardinal directions: north, east, south, and west. Then you have the key. The key is a part of the map that defines the symbols used on a map. So anytime you see a symbol like a triangle, you should look at the key, and that will tell you that that is used to symbolize mountains, for example. Grid, these are the lines that show the coordinates on a map. You're going to see 2 types of lines for the most part on maps. You'll see latitude lines that run east to west, and you will see longitude lines that run north to south. The final map component is a scale. This is the part of the map that shows how big it is in actual size. This will help you measure distance on a map if you were traveling from place to place. Now there are many different kinds of maps, and we're going to go over those different kinds of maps and what their purposes are, as many of them tell us different things. First type of map we're going to discuss are political maps. A political map does not show any physical features. It instead focuses on the state and national boundaries of a place. They also include the locations of cities. So political maps focus on political features, boundaries, cities, capitals. Physical map is one that shows the landscape features of a place. They'll show things like mountains, rivers, and lakes. Mountains and elevation changes are usually shown with different colors and shades. So here are 2 examples. On the left side you will see a political map, and again it does not show physical features. Instead it shows you state boundaries as well as national boundaries. It also shows our country's capital, Washington, D.C. On the right side, you will see a physical map, and this shows physical features. You see lakes, you see rivers, oceans. You also see mountains, and as I said on the last slide, elevation changes, meaning how high something is or how low something is, are shown with color. So over here where we have the Rocky Mountains, you can see that the color changes to this dark red, meaning that the elevation is higher. Whereas when you look at the ocean, you can see the darker blue where it's showing that the water is deeper. So again, elevation changes on physical maps are shown with color. Topographical maps are similar to physical maps in that it shows different landscape features. But topographical maps are different from physical maps because they use lines instead of color to show changes in landscape. Climate maps. Climate maps show information about the climate of an area, so climate includes temperature and precipitation. They can show things like specific climatic zones of an area, again based on temperature, the amount of snow an area receives, or the average number of cloudy days. These maps normally use color to show different climatic regions. So on the left you have a topographical map. Okay? On a physical map, again they use color to show elevation. Topographical map, we use lines. Over here where the Rocky Mountains are, you will see that there are more lines smushed together to show elevation. And when you look at the ocean, there are almost no lines because it is so deep. Climate map, again, will use color to show climatic zones. You will always need to look at the key of a climate map to know what the different climate zones are. For example, you can see that Michigan is split into two climatic zones, humidity continental, DFA, and humidity continental, DFB. An economic map shows the specific type of economic activity or natural resources present in an area through the use of different symbols or colors depending on what is being shown on the map. Economic maps will focus on the economic activity, meaning what that area does to make money, what goods and services are produced in that area, again, to make money. The last type of map that we're going to talk about is a thematic map. A thematic map is a map that focuses on a special topic, and they are different from the other maps because they do not just show natural features like rivers, cities, political divisions, elevations, and highways. On the left, you'll see an economic map. Again, the key is going to be very important on an economic map as it will tell you what all the different symbols mean, as well as if they use any color. If we look in Michigan, we can see that we have red for manufacturing and trading. We also have green for commercial farming, and we have turquoise for forestry. We'll also see that we have one symbol for natural resources in the UP, which would be iron. A thematic map, again, is going to be special. It has a very specific purpose. This map on the right-hand side shows the presidential election in 2008. And you can see again down here is the key, and that tells us what red means. Red means that the state voted for the Republican candidate. Blue shows us that the state voted for the Democratic candidate. And yellow shows us that it was a toss-up or too close to call. So again, thematic maps will always have a very specific purpose. That is it for our notes for today. If you need to rewatch any part of this video to fill in any of the text boxes that you have left, please do so. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for watching.